Hello, and good morning, everyone. Welcome back to your side quest contact. This is going to be part 17 of Let's Make an Adventure. Now, we're going to be wrapping up the second scenario revolving around two of our three ally contact characters. And the one we're working on, the one we're finishing off here, is our Hadozi Warlock. Now we've got some background, we've got some foundation, some encounters. So now let's kind of wrap it up with a sequence of events. Now let's see, and let's review what we have. So there's panthers out in the wilderness. This Deathlock White has a gang of 12 zombies. Near the lair, it's a little corrupted. The area is corrupted, so we got twig blights kind of hanging out. Let's see. Displays new master. A little information about the Deathlock White. Okay. And then here's our ally. Now, to remind us of this character, this Hadozi is the son of a pair of famous Hadozi adventurers who led an exodus from their hostile home world to this world, and their son has is set as the mayor of this town. And again, we have a town that's kind of out in the wilderness, out in the forest, not where the our main antagonist is. That's going to be a little more jungly. This is going to be more a drier, foresty area, and or it could be jungle. I mean, it could be just another swath of this huge jungle. We can decide that later. But again, it's going to be out in the wilderness, and we have a town built up in the treetops. Bridges, lifts, pulleys, ropes, and they have that natural ability to extend wing flaps and glide. So that will make it really easy for them to move around. Okay, so what I'm thinking is we have some. I'm thinking our first little thing we have to decide is why are our players here. So let's kind of make a note of that. Come on. Why are PCs here? Could be a couple of reasons. If you have a PC who is a Hadozi, you could actually start here. This could be like the beginning point of the adventure, and then they run into the other contacts a little later. If they've already talked to and dealt with Franguza, she might mention these folks. Because she might mention, hey, if we got this situation going on, I know a town of Hadozi. We might want to let them know we might want to, warn them about what's happening. So they because by if they've already dealt with the Franguza scenario, then they may know we have a were tiger in the midst. Maybe not, but either way, if we don't, if it's not a were tiger, we're still Franguza will still be under the mistaken impression that it's kind of like a goblinoid massing. Either way, she would want the players to go warn these folks. Maybe sent by Franguza to warn of threat. I mean, she's got to go get her own affairs settled in the city. But if the players are out, the players are here. Hey, how about y'all go take care? Go warn them and let them know this thing is happening. Of either wear a tiger if they've discovered it, or goblinoid massing. So those are two good reasons. Perhaps they haven't dealt with the Ferngroza scenario yet, but then we still have a third scenario to develop that we could link to this. So we got one scenario that links to another. Okay, so what's happening? When they're here, what's happening? Well, I'm thinking because of the way this Deathlock White operates, we're going to have missing people. So similar to what's going on with Fringuruza's scenario, people are going missing. In this case, these people are Hadozi, and what is happening? This Deathlock White is taking them, killing them, turning into zombies, and then keeping them at their lair. But our Deathlock White is only as powerful as to control 12 zombies at a time. So we have Hadozi residents going missing. And because our ally who's running this town is a little arrogant, a little haughty, maybe he or she doesn't. Oh, this is a he or she. This is a he, I think. Doesn't take it as seriously. It's like, okay, whatever. They're just out hunting. They're out exploring. Whatever. You say they're missing, but maybe they're just out. Okay. So NPC. Let's see. Contact. Oh, Kycheck. We'll just call him by name now. Kycheck doesn't take seriously. More people go missing. Now the townsfolk are getting angry. And the players can be here while this is kind of happening. You're kind of describing what's going on, because they'll have already gained admittance or an audience with this character. They'll be able to shop about. There'll be towns and they can get supplies and they can discuss what's going on with the population. So they're going to be learning these things as they're interacting with various people in the town, including Kimcheck, the leader. So they're getting angry, demand action. Okay, so maybe then Kimcheck's like, all right, fine. I'll send a squad out, or I'll send some people out. We'll have them search for. Sets up a search, but then the searchers go missing. So by now our town is like they're freaking out, very unhappy. Kimcheck is now getting desperate. He may need to reach out to the players. Hey, you think y'all can look at this for me? Now, our players are going to start thinking of why these people are going missing. And if they've already dealt with the Frangruza scenario, then they might link the two mistakenly, right? Thinking like, oh, like, no, maybe that were tiger is operating here too, and taking Hadozi to turn into lycanthropes. But that's not the case. It's this Deathlock White. Okay. So we got Kimcheck then asks PCs to help. And that's when players go out. They're going to run into these where they at here. They're going to run into the Panthers, right? They're going to have some issues, and that might they might think that's what's taking out the Hadozi. So they may just decide to come back. Hey, we found these Panthers. We killed them. That was probably what was eating your Hadozi, which is a believable story to the Hadozi. They're from a home world with vicious predators that hunted and stalked them, and so that could be a true story. But the crisis is still going to continue. So PCs run into Panthers. Now, they may be clever enough, though, to investigate, to search around. Okay, shouldn't we see like bones? Shouldn't we see remains? If it's these Panthers who have been stalking and killing these Hadozi, shouldn't we see signs of that? So they may look for that. They may not. Depends, and on how they want to handle it. So if they just go back, okay, yep, we solved the problem. Panthers are doing it. We're going to go back. Well, the crisis is still going to escalate, right? But if they, I'm just going to make a separate note on crisis escalates. So they just go back. Well, that's at this point, our Deathlock White is now moving into stage two of his plan, its plan, and that's going to be to terrorize this town. Because if we look at the Deathlock White, let's go find Deathlock White. It can't fly. It doesn't have a lot of ranged options. It does have the Grave Bolt strike. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, Grave Bolt. And it could. doesn't it has some spells, but it doesn't have like any long range offensive spells. So, and because of that, I don't know. See, can it fly? Where's it? Let's see, speed 30. No, yeah, it can't fly or anything. So that's going to allow the Hadozi to seek refuge up in the trees, right, and away. And the zombies can't fly either. So the Hadozi's goal is going to be to drive the I'm sorry, not the Hadozi. The Deathlock's goal is going to be to drive the Hadozi's population against the leader Kimchek. Because remember, that's the person that this white wants revenge against. So if our crisis escalates, white, let's see, Deathlock white wants to terrorize town to turn the against Kimchek. And that will be, since he can only control 12 zombies at a time. He may have a excess of a surplus of corpses, which he will display around the town in gruesome fashion, to start stoking fear into the townsfolk. And I'll let you decide how that would work, like how they would be displayed. I've been listening to a lot of lectures on Rome, so I'm thinking crucifixions and such, but it could be whatever you like. Let's see. Displays surplus corpses around town to terrorize the townsfolk. And so, if we've reached this point now, yeah, by now the player's got to do something, right? This is obviously something terrible. So, but if let's go back to the Panthers, right? So let's say they're clever, they're wise, they look around, they don't see any signs that it's these Panthers who have actually been killing the Hadozi, and they want to continue to investigate. If PC, please continue to investigate. That's when we're gonna go. That's when they'll start finding the area. They'll find the area with the twig blights. They'll run into twig blights, and then eventually find the Deathlock White lair with the 12 zombies. And that is not going to be an easy fight. The Deathlock White itself is challenge rating 3, so we're already, I think, at deadly, or at least hard, and we add 12 zombies onto that, so now we move on to deadly. Now, they're going to find the zombies first, right? Because the zombies are kind of guarding the perimeter of a darkened area where the Deathlock White, hides during the day. Because the Deathlock White is a disadvantage in the sun. And then, if the players have to figure out a way to take care of that. Maybe outside of just a full directal front assault. Maybe we just, we institute guile, we institute some scheming and intrigue, because they might go back and report to Kimcheck what this is. That might clue Kimcheck clue Kimcheck into who it is, and then Kimcheck might be able to tell the players, "Hey, this is who I think this is," and then that knowledge could be used against them, against the Deathlock. All right, I think this is good. I think this is good for our second scenario. We got some stuff. We got some events happening leading up to the players having to go check this out. So we got two NPCs down so far. We have the what do we got? We got Frangruza. She's our Bugbear Ranger. We have Kimchek. He is our Hadozi Warlock. And the last one we need to do was the GIF, right? Yeah, it was our GIF. So let me go back and find my notes on that. Oh, wrong one. Okay, collections, campaigns. That's where I want. DMs here. Here it is, the GIF. Folk Hero Sorcerer. Divine Soul Sorcerer, sparked by ancient dead dormant gift gods floating about the astral. He trained the peasantry to use farm implements as weapons against the tyrant's soldiers. Okay, all right, this is coming back to me. I remember kind of laying this out. Our tyrant, the supposed tyrant, level 2 Furbolg fighter. Right, so the gift is attracted to some natural region where the tyrant Furbolg lives, committed some crime, misdeed, provoked the attack from the Furbolg, defended the town from the Furbolg, and that's how he earned his fame. But wants to keep why the Furbolg attack secret. Players could discover that secret. Okay, yeah, I remember because that Furbolg, if they're able to discover the secret, make peace with the Furbolg, they might be able to use that alliance against the Were Tiger. Okay, so let's start off. Let's make the character level 1 GIF Folk Hero Sorcerer. I'm just going to say GIF Sorcerer for now. Reese. GIF. Okay, and yeah, we're not doing this. Okay, firearms mastery. Yeah. Okay, description. Let's go to Folk Hero. Let's pick that. Okay, proficiency. What's he good at? Let's see. About. Let's say jewelers. Languages. Pick any languages you want. Animal handling and survival. Okay, that's good. Alright, so now we're going class. Sorcerer. Alright, so what kind of proficiencies do we want with the sorcerer? Now again, when we're picking this sort of stuff, it's this is an ally, so I'm thinking of things that can be used to help the players. Let's see. Well, let's go insight, and how about persuasion? Alright, sorcerer's origin. What did we say? What it was? Divine soul. Divine magic. What do I get to choose here? Chaos, evil, good, law, neutrality. Let's take a look here. Oh, okay. Good. Inflict, bless, bane. Uh, let's say good. Why not? Favored by the gods. What is this? Starting your first level, divine power guards your destiny. If you fail a saving throw or miss with an attack roll, you can add 2d4 to add to the total. And that's a short or long rest to get back. Okay, that's cool. Alright, abilities. And for NPCs, we just keep it standard. And alright, so sorcerers, what? We need charisma. Charisma. And then how's about constitution? And then how's about, let's say, make him more intelligent than he is wise. Let's give him dex, wisdom, strength. Not very strong for a big hippo person. All right, so what can we do for ability increases? 2, 1. So how about we'll do the 1 on charisma and the 2 on dexterity. Charisma, dex. Okay, so there we go. All right, equipment. Simple weapons. How about we have a dagger? Components, arcane focus. And how about a crystal? Sounds good. Dungeoneer's pack, explorer's pack. For this character, I'm thinking explorer. We made him a jeweler, made him or her a jeweler, and then let's add equipment. All right. Let's equip some stuff. Just equip a dagger. Okay, good. All right, spells. We'll take this. This doesn't take long for a first level character. Add spells. All right, so we get 4 cantrips. And again, I'm thinking what is helpful and beneficial to the players. Oh, wait a minute. Let me sort. Okay. How about message? And maybe an attack one too. Maybe you can do firebolt. About light and word of radiance. Okay. First level spells. How many do we get? 2. I'm gonna go with charm person and mage armor. Okay, so here's the character. Now we're going to walk through a very similar process that we walked through with the other two, coming up with a scenario, events, encounters, things that are going to happen, and we're also going to try to link those to the other 2 scenarios. Think back to when we talked about how Fringruza might want to send the players to the Hadozi town to get that scenario going. And again, these scenarios can run together. You don't have to do one, then the other, then the other. Oftentimes they'll be engaged in 2 or 3 things at a time, which is fine. You just gotta manage that flow. And we're gonna get to that process in our next one. Hope everyone has a good day, and thanks for hanging out. I'll see you next time. Take care.